Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. The empowered human 360 senses. Much peace to everyone out there. And the world is your reflection. This is a realization I came across. And when we talk of the world being our reflection, I just see how everything is playing out within my own journey and other people I'm connecting to in the wider world. How really and truly we ultimately exist within our minds. And a lot of us, we externalize so much in life. And whenever we externalize something, we actually give away our power. And I just realized that there was nothing external out there. Everything was in here happening right now. And essentially, it just made me look at people in a different way, because so many of us, we see someone and we don't like them. And I realized what's happening here. Because I remember as a child, and a lot of people I talk to, they can remember when they were children, they were living in a very neutral state. And non-judgment is really freedom in its true essence. And that's what we have as children. A child is born with no state of mind. They don't have the judgments we have as adults, as damaged goods. Many of us who have all of these ideas about people, and this is a good person, that's a bad person, all of these things. And when I really began to see that the world is our reflection, I realized that a lot of times, for example, we can see someone and we don't like this person, and we don't want to show these people that we don't like them. So in our minds, we're screwing our face and frowning. But essentially, what you hate, you become. Just like what you love, you also become. And a lot of us, what I realize even more is that a lot of the times when we see a person that we don't like, they're actually just mirroring back to us something within us that is unresolved. And people have talked about this being the shadow self, the shadow side of us, the side that we don't want to see, the side that we put away in the closet. And the more and more I see that the world is our reflection, the world is your reflection, I realize that the energy always has to go through us first. And that is the biggest secret I've learned. And that's why just being in a neutral space, being in an inspired state, being in a state which is free flowing. When you see someone and you smile for no reason, that's what children do. They don't know why they're smiling at you. But they're smiling because they know the secret. They know that whatever they do to you is actually going through them first. If I love you, that love energy has to pass through me first before it reaches you. If I hate you, that hate energy has to pass through me first before it reaches you. And this is a big revelation. This was a big revelation to me, and it still is, because I'm in awe of how this whole thing works. That a lot of times just the whole nature of reality in itself, I just realized that a lot of the times the world can change based on our own perception of it. People talk of the observer being the observed. And you had great speakers like Krishnamurti and all of these people who were saying this back in the day. But to a certain extent, it's true. whatever we see, we are to a certain extent, because it's the perception which is the key. And that's the whole saying, that the greatest discovery comes not in seeking new lands, but seeing the world with new eyes, because it's all based on perception. And the world is your reflection. It's funny because living in London, in a city, and traveling to a lot of different countries, sometimes you can be somewhere and sometimes people are just miserable. And sometimes by looking at these people, you also feel, I'm miserable as well, because that's all you're seeing. But at the same time, if you see everyone smiling, even if you're not smiling, it feels like you're smiling. This phenomena is amazing, how all of these things work. But really and truly, I just realized that the world is your reflection. And the more and more I'm realizing how we're always mirroring back to other people are also mirroring back to us. And this is it. The empowered human 360 senses, infinite waters, diving deep. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.